Hello everyone, today I'm going to be reacting to Celine Dion's Falling Into You album, and let's get into it. The first track is It's All Coming Back to Me Now. I've already heard this one before, but whenever I listen to albums in full, I like to listen to them all the way through, so we will listen again.
There were nights when the wind was so cold. Listen to it right outside the window, and I just knew my eyes were drying up forever. I finished crying in the instant that you left, and I banished every memory you and I had ever made. Touch me like this, it's all coming back to me. There were moments of gold and there were flashes of light. There were nights of endless pleasure. There was more than any life I kiss you like this. Lost long ago, but it's all coming back to me. It's all coming back. There were those empty threats and hollow lies. There were hours that just went on for days. But you were history with the slamming of the door. Never wasted any of my time. I used instead. Touch you like this, and if you kiss me like that, but it's all coming back to me. It's all coming back to me now. There were nights of endless pleasure. Know you're lost in love. When you touch me like this, but it's all coming back to me. Forgive and forget, and it's all coming back. Flesh and the fantasies all coming back to me. But it's all coming back to me.
You know, this is technically, I guess, my first time hearing the entire song. Like, whenever I said I heard it before, I meant, like, mainly, like, the chorus, and I guess I thought I did hear it in, like, a certain respect. You know, there were new parts. I'm like, oh, I've never heard this before, actually. So it's cool to listen to it in its entirety all the way through. I really enjoy the song. I really do. Probably one of her best songs. Killer vocal performance, one of the best singers of all time, of course. I like the lyrics. I really like the instrumentation and how it, like, speeds up, and then how it slows down, and how it goes with her voice, and you like the musicality there. But it's a really great song, so great to listen to once again. Now onto track 2, Because You Love Me. So another one that I've heard before, but again, I like to listen to albums in full, so I will listen again.
For all those times you stood by me, for all the wrong that you made right, for all the love I found in you, you're the one who held me up through it all. Were my voice when I couldn't speak, saw the best there was in me. You gave me faith 'cause you believed, because you loved me. You touched my hand, I could touch the sky. You said the star was out of reach. I had your love, I had it all. Baby, I don't love that much. This much is true. You were my strength when I needed you. You were my eyes when I couldn't see. Lifted me up when I couldn't reach. Everything I am, because you loved me. You were always there for me, light in the dark, shining your love. You've been my inspiration. You were my strength when I was weak. When I couldn't speak, when I couldn't see. Because you believed, because you loved me. I'm everything I am, because you loved me.
This is one of my favorite Celine Dion songs all time. I love her vocal on it. I love the ad-libs, how her voice progresses. Diane Warren, this is one of my favorite songs Diane Warren has ever written. It's gotta be like a top 3 Diane Warren written song all time for me. She ate with this one, I'll give her that. I really like the production as well. Yeah, this is one my aunt used to play in the car all the time growing up, but I still enjoy it because it's just a great song, and you know, a 90s, but in the best way. So high praise for this song for me. Really love it still. Now onto track 3, Falling Into You.
And in your eyes, see us inside of each other. I'm falling into you, and it feels so good. Let
This is really cool. It was interesting to listen to her vocal approach, kind of a louder vocal than she normally does, I thought, and just like her tones was really interesting. I also really like the production. I don't really know what exact genre that it is or what they were kind of channeling for that, but I really enjoyed that. Lyrics were interesting, so yeah, probably going to be one of my favorites on this album. This is not something I would really expect from her, honestly, just because of, you know, the vocal stylings and the production, all those things. It was a pleasant surprise, so probably going to be one of my favorites. On to track 4, Make You Happy. I really enjoyed it. A fun up tempo, and it was placed right where it needed to be in the track list, because we had the 2 ballads, and then we had the great mid tempo, and then a great up tempo. So I just really enjoyed it. It was really fun to listen to overall. Her vocals on here were exquisite. I like the lyrics. I like the production and the guitars on here a lot. So A+ for me. On to track 5, Seduces Me. Phenomenal to listen to. I really like this approach, like the Latin guitars, kind of a Latin song. I really like her vocals on it. I think that she sounded excellent all over it. I like the lyrics. Yeah, another one of my favorites. This album is on fire so far. It really is. She's tapping into all these different pockets and doing them well. So I was really pleased by this one. Down to track 6, All By Myself. Again, another one I've already heard, but we were listening again.
When I was young, and making love was just fun. When I died telephone, don't wanna be all by myself. Hard to be sure, and love so distant and obscure. All by myself. When I was young, love was just for fun. All by
Obviously a classic. I'd probably say it's my least favorite out of the 3 hits on this album. I think I like the other 2 a little bit more. But you know, you gotta appreciate this song solely for the vocal prowess. I'm pretty sure she said she did this one with like David Foster, and she basically said they had agreed on a certain key, and then he came in the next day and wanted it like a key higher or something like that. And then she was like, you know, I don't know if I can do it or something around there. And then he was like, oh, I know someone else who can. And she said that was all it took for her to hit a note. So, you know, vocally, I definitely have to, you know, respect it. And you know, hey, a hit is a hit. So, you know, gotta give it its 10s there. Now on to track 7, Declaration of Love.
Juliet belonged to Romeo. I won't be letting you go. You taste my sweetness on your lips. Lift it up, the magic every time that we touch. I make my declaration of love. So lift it up, my declaration of love. Declaration of love. Declaration of love. You taste my sweetness on your lips. Lift it up, I feel magic every time that we touch. I make my declaration of love.
Okay, so my thoughts on this. It was a fun up-tempo to listen to. I could appreciate it. Again, the vocals on here were insane. I liked the instrumentation. It felt a little bit different, but in a good way. I like a good up-tempo, so she knew how to be done. Down to track 8, You Make Me Feel Like a Natural Woman. I've heard bits and pieces of this, probably like live performance and everything, but you know, this will be my first time hearing the entire song.
Looking out on the morning rain, and when I knew I had to face another day, it made me feel so tired. Before the day I met you, you make me feel natural woman. You came along to claim it, and I didn't know just what was wrong with me. Now I'm no longer doubtful, 'cause if I make you happy, I don't need to do more. You make me feel natural woman. Oh, baby, what you've done to me, and I just wanna be
I can appreciate that she made it her own, you know, vocally. There was some flair added to the arrangement, very grandiose in that respect. And I will say I prefer Aretha Franklin's version, Queen of Soul, for a reason. But you know, it was a very nice rendition nonetheless. I can appreciate what she did with it. On to track 9, Dreamin' of You.
Lying in my bed, thoughts in my head. I'll pick up the phone. I know you're home. I can never give you up. I can't live without your love. Oh, I got in the car, but I didn't get far. But you know that I'll never get over you. The one I'm dreaming of. You gave me love when I was falling down. Pick me up, my love. I can't live without your love, and it's you that I adore. Dreaming of you.
So my thoughts on the song, it was cute. I don't absolutely love it, you know, it's kind of a skip for me on this album probably, you know, I'll probably revisit it again a time or two, but I think just because everything was so great before it for the most part, it just feels really lackluster, you know, like there was pockets of it that I liked. I mean, the vocals on it were great, but as a song overall, I wasn't really feeling it, but you know, that's just my opinion. Now onto track 10, I Love You.
I must be crazy now. I long to feel your touch. Words that I understand. Go back to the very first day I saw you. I know that you feel the way that I do. I love you. Promise you that we will always be together. Today I finally find the courage deep inside. My body can't move when I finally get to it. I love you. They could change our lives forever. That we will always be together. I need love. Maybe you need somebody to They could change our lives forever.
So my thoughts on this, vocals on here were exquisite, but besides the vocals, it just feels kind of lackluster. It just feels like kind of bland, you know, and it wasn't really for me personally. Now onto track 11, If That's What It Takes.
The strongest of sorrow. Light in the dark. You're the place I go home. I know that you're breaking up inside.
It's better than the past two tracks, but just copy and paste what I already said. Great vocals, but besides that, didn't really move me too much, honestly. Down to track 12, I don't know.
A mountain of stone, I go on, slow me down, learn how to deal. I know it's real. I'm not afraid. I can be tender. Life without you. The winds of the heart blow me down, and I stand my ground. Wasted tears, I hold you tight. Oh, my, I'm sure I could face without you. Don't life without you. I don't know.
I really like this one. The vocals in here were phenomenal as we expected. I really liked the production on it, and I just kind of like the edge that this song had to it. I think that's what really drew me to it. It just felt like it had a little bit of, you know, personality to it in a sense. You know, I really enjoyed it. I really enjoy it, and definitely a comeback for me. Now on to track 13, River Deep, Mountain High.
When I was a little girl, I had a ragdoll. Now I love you just the way I love the ragdoll. And it gets stronger in every way. It gets higher day by day. I love you, river deep, mountain high. I love you, baby, baby, baby. When you were a young boy, did you have a puppy? Well, I'm gonna be as strict for as that puppy. It gets sweet, baby, as it grows. River deep, mountain high. I love you, baby, baby, baby. I love you, baby, like a flower loves the spring. And I love you, baby, river deep, mountain high. I love you, if I lost you, would I river deep, mountain high?
I like the flair that she put onto it, I will say. I think I prefer the Tina Turner version just a little bit more. You know, it is classic. And I also really love the Glee version as well. If you guys have never heard it, go check it out. A lot of people be hating on Glee, but Amber Riley and Naya Rivera sang it, and they did what had to be done. I'm sorry. But, you know, I like this rendition. It was cute. You know, it was a breath of fresh air. Now onto track 14, Your Light.
Hey man, come over here. There's a secret that I wanna whisper. I've waited so long, too long. Kind of feeling something to believe in. So lay it back and let it flow. Then just open up your heart and man, you're a man. Well, it's really not that difficult when you're dreaming like that. Your hope is
maybe this is familiar because when I was listening to it, I'm like, maybe I've heard the song before and I forgot about it until re-listening to it. Or maybe this is a cover of another song. Either way, I like it. You know, I like the guitars in there. I like the vocals. I like the lyrics, you know. On to track 15, Call the Man. Okay, so my thoughts on the song, great vocals, but again, it just wasn't really for me, you know, it just was kind of boring to me, to be honest. On to the 16th and final track, Fly. Okay, so my thoughts on the song, it wasn't really for me if I'm being honest with you. Now let's get on to my favorite songs in this album based off of my first listen. So I definitely have to go with Because You Love Me, always love that one, always a classic to me. Then Falling Into You is definitely a favorite. Seduces Me, Makes You Happy is also favorites as well. And I really liked I Don't Know. And now onto my overall thoughts on the album. So basically, I feel like the first half of the album's way stronger than the second half of the album. As the album went on, I just felt like some of these ballads and everything, they felt very bland to me, and they just didn't do a whole lot for me. From a songwriting perspective, it just felt kind of one note, and it didn't really engage me. At the beginning of the album, I thought it was a lot more interesting in terms of the soundscape. I thought the songwriting was better on there, and so those songs I think were just better than the back half. But there's some good stuff on the back half. I really enjoyed I Don't Know, was definitely a favorite. I Liked Your Light, but the first half was way better. So I think that this is a good album overall. You know, I'm gonna give it a few more listens and see how I feel about it. Tell me all my rip me to shreds in the comments. I just have to be honest and give my opinions. I can appreciate a great ballad, but I just feel like ballads usually fall into one of two categories. Like, it's incredible, or I find it to be just kind of mediocre or boring and it doesn't really engage me. Some of these songs just felt like filler to me. I'm like, why did you include this on the album? You know, I just feel like there had to be some better songs that could have been put on this album and everything. But, you know, I'd recommend it. I think that there's some good album cuts on here. It was nice for this to be my first Celine album I've listened to all the way through, and that's my thoughts. Of course, Celine, one of the best singers to ever do it, you know, and I wanted to have that there. But that's gonna be my thoughts on the album. Let me know what you guys think down below in the comments. Do you agree with me? Do you disagree with me? What are your favorite songs in the album? What are some facts about the album that I might not know? Let's talk down there. If you guys like this video, give it a like down below. It helps me out a lot in YouTube algorithm. You can subscribe if you would like to see more videos like this. I post every single week. I'm reviews, I'm reactions, all kinds of stuff about music. And if you hit the bell, you'll get a notification to your phone when I post, so you're not miss when brand new videos come out. First link down below in the description is going to be my second channel. A lot of times I'm repurposing my TikTok content on there, but not all. Sometimes I do some other stuff like concert reviews. I talk about sports sometimes, and, you know, a bunch of other stuff. So check me out on there. I've been uploading every single day since December. It's a lot of fun. We just reached 600 subscribers on there, so thank you guys so much for supporting. I'm also going to have my TikTok account, so you guys want to follow me, because I post a lot of my TikTok content, but not all. And I do have two separate accounts, so they're linked down below. I have my Twitter accounts that I'm active on every single day, Instagram if you'd like to follow me, my Spotify account if you want to follow me on there. I just recently made an earbud, so I'll link that as well, and I'll have a link to stream this album if you are interested. And lastly, links to educate you guys on important situations. Free Palestine. This is an important cause we must educate ourselves on, and if you want to learn more to help the cause, there's links down below for you to do that. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I'll see you in my next one.